Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well wherever and whenever you are. Currently in the workbook, we've arrived at the 60s. I call them the heavenly 60s, right? The light lessons. Right? These are the light lessons, the forgiveness lessons. And they're absolutely gorgeous because they really show me how to regain that memory that I originally lost as having denied my own identity, right? And today's lesson is lesson 62, which says, forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. That's a fact, right? That's my fact. Your function here is forgiveness. Your function here is to be happy. Your function here is to remember who you are, right? And these are all the same thing, right? They're not different. And what's so beautiful about A Course in Miracles is that it's a course in forgiveness, right? And forgiveness allows you to remember who you are. And only forgiveness allows you to remember who you are. And it's so beautiful. Let me read a line here. Um, Through your forgiveness, does the truth about yourself return to your memory. Therefore, in your forgiveness lies your salvation. Salvation is nothing else but remembering who you are, right? Having denied your own identity, you no longer know who you are, right? You've given yourself an identity. I'm so and so, right? Was born at that age, right? That year, and um, somehow living out some life in which I somehow don't know who I am, don't know how I got here, don't know where I'm going, and so on and so on. Well, that doesn't make any sense, right? How can it possibly be that you don't know who you are? Everything in the universe knows who it is, right? Knowing who you are is what God is, right? However, having denied your own identity, you have managed to forget who you are. That's a fact. That's the human condition. There can be no dispute about that. But for many of us, at this very moment in time, right, we are undergoing our awakening and we are starting to remember who we are. A Course in Miracles now speeds that up. It says, no, you remember who you are by forgiving the world, by forgiving yourself, by forgiving your brother, because finally, those are all the same, right? Finally, all forgiveness is self forgiveness. You're not forgiving anyone else, right? Maybe you go like, well, I'm forgiving so and so for what he said to me or what he done to me or so on. That's all fine and well, right? But remember, right? One of the fundamental ideas of A Course in Miracles is that there isn't any world and you are the cause of this world, right? You see what you want to see. So the guy out there, right, that's doing something to you, apparently you put him there, right? And he's doing that to you because you told him to do so, right? This is your dream. This is your world. So truly, all forgiveness is self-forgiveness. Amazing. Love it. There's some amazing line um, in here, right? Um, Illusions about yourself and the world are one. That is why all forgiveness is a gift to yourself. Many of us, right, and hopefully including you, if you've tried this, if you have forgiven, right, whatever you think has been done to you, or more generally, just the world, forgiven the world, right? Maybe you walk around with this anger towards the world. Huh? When you, for one moment, actually forgive that, you know what this says. Because suddenly you feel light. It's as if a weight drops off your shoulder. Suddenly you feel happy and you feel that light, right, that you've been denying by your attack thoughts. You know that all forgiveness is a gift to yourself, right? You're the receiver, right, of the benefits of forgiveness, not someone else. This is not a pardoning where you still condemn the guy, but somehow you're the better of the two and you're going to, pardon him for what he. No, that's not what this is, right? Finally, you're just forgiven. You've forgiven the world, right? Because giving and receiving are one. You only give to yourself. And the story. This is a singular happening, a singular occurrence within your own mind, right? Love it. Love it. Great lesson. And then it starts to tell you what forgiveness offers you, which is just beautiful. Now, listen, there's another lesson, and we'll get to that. But even in this lesson, he tells you what forgiveness does. Do you, not, do you not then begin to understand what forgiveness will do for you? It removes all sense of weakness, strain, and fatigue from your mind, all fear, guilt, and pain, and restores the invulnerability that God gave to you in your creation. Right? There's another lesson that goes like, would you want to know what forgiveness does to you? Right? No more guilt, no more pain, no more fear, right? No more sickness, just rest, peace, everything that you've been looking for and that every human being in space time has been looking for since the beginning of time. Peace, freedom, happiness, love, all those things that everyone here is looking for and no one seems to be able to find. Maybe in fleeting moments, right? But always to a certain degree and never completely. Forgiveness offers all of this to you and more. That's how simple that is. Forgiveness truly is the ultimate gift to yourself and the ultimate gift of, right? It's like a weight drops off your shoulder. You feel as light as a feather. Those of you who are familiar with, I always think about this when I talk about this. At the movie A Christmas Carol, right? When Scrooge at the end lets go of his grievances and starts giving, right? And suddenly feels as light as a feather. He says, I've never experienced anything like this, right? That's it, right? That's what forgiveness does to you. It is your ultimate gift to yourself. So this is a beautiful lesson. And then he also says something about, well, it's not just for you in the sense of how you define yourself. It's for you in your entirety. It helps not only you, it helps for those around you, those of you who are nearby, and those of you who are far away in space-time, because forgiveness doesn't fall under the limits of space-time, right? So he says, no, this helps everyone, right? There's nothing more better that you can do than forgive the world. Beautiful. Wow, what a lesson. And he says, I would remember this because I want to be happy. Everyone here wants to be happy, right? But if you're looking for happiness outside yourself, that's not going to work, right? It's not outside yourself. Happiness was given to you as your natural inheritance. Happiness and love are one, right? They're related, right? One doesn't go without the other, right? Such a beautiful, beautiful lesson. Tomorrow's lesson, let me just quickly read the title here, is The Light of the World Brings Peace to Every Mind Through My Forgiveness. Who's the light of the world? That was yesterday's lesson, wasn't it? You are the light of the world. That is a statement about the truth about yourself. It's not some statement of grandiosity, although it is to the world. No. You are the light of the world. That's what you are. There can be no dispute about that. And that it's ridiculous to the world or arrogant to the world. We're not concerned about that because nothing the world believes is true, right? And forgiveness, right? Forgiveness is strength, right? To the world it isn't. If you turn on your TV to see all these guys that thrive in their unforgiveness and their grievances, spew it out there, and it looks like they're strong, right? I'm a strong leader. I'm going to go out. That's nothing. That's weakness. Notice how everything is upside down, right? As related to the thinking of the world. Because that thinking is upside down. This is the right way up, right? This is the right way of thinking. The thinking of the world, that's upside down. That's not strength at all. Forgiveness is strength. Love it. Love it. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness, right? That's the power you have to bring peace to every mind through your forgiveness. You have that power. So therein then lies the practice. And finally, that's just a matter of willingness. Maybe you go like, well, what happened to me, that's unforgivable. That's not possible. That's not possible. Because remember, and we've talked about this before, forgiveness only deals with illusions. Truth doesn't need forgiveness. There's nothing to forgive in truth. No, only illusions, right, need forgiveness. But do you remember that it is an illusion, right? Do you accept that it is an illusion? Because this is an illusion, right? None of this is real. There isn't any world. Now forgiveness becomes easy, right? Because once I've accepted that none of this is so, that I'm the cause of it, right? I can forgive the world. I can forgive myself, right? It's not real. I'm causing this. I'm doing this to myself. But as soon as I put the blame out there, it becomes impossible, right? Now you've made it real, and now you blame someone else for it. Now forgiveness is impossible. One of the lines in the teacher's manual says, forgiveness recognizes that what you think your brother has done to you has not occurred. Forgiveness recognizes that what you think your brother has done to you has not occurred. That's how easy forgiveness is. And equally, how hard it is when you think any of this is real. Right? No matter what you bring up, you go, well, what about all the injustices I went through? Listen, it's impossible to be unjustly treated. Literally, this is from A Course in Miracles. It's not possible. Whatever is happening to you, ask for and you receive what you've asked. You're the cause of it. See, it always comes back to me, doesn't it? Always comes back to me. It's impossible to be unjustly treated. Again, it's all a matter of training your mind according to this thought system. That's the opposite of the thinking of the world. Huh? And once that changes in you, once you start thinking along the lines that this course sets forth, now things become easier. Because in your old thought system, this is impossible. You can't forgive as long as you think there's a world out there that's doing stuff to you and there's people out there that are saying things to you don't like. That's not possible. You gotta come back to the singularity of none of this is so. I'm the cause of it. I'm doing this to myself. There isn't any world. None of, yeah? And so on and so on. So that's the lesson for today. Beautiful lesson. Forgiveness is your function as the light of the world. You are the light of the world. So as you go through your day, forgive, right? Remember that line, right? Because how easy it is to forget it and you get caught up in all the stuff that's happening around you. But truly, if you want to remember, right? And I love it because he says that, right? He said, how badly do you want this? How important is this for you that you remember? Because that's finally what it comes down to. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great, great day wherever, whenever you are. And I hope to see you soon. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, right? Or subscribe. And I'll see you soon.